Breathtaking beauty surrounds us here in the Pocono Mountains. Fascinating history can also be found here as well. On this month's Eye on the Poconos, we experience some of those amazing stories of the past here at the historic Castle Inn and Delaware Water Gap. Join us for a special tour that not only highlights a remarkable past, but also a promising future for the Castle Inn.
So that is the original grand staircase. The Castle Inn is the last of the great resorts here in Delaware Water Gap. Started to be built in 1906, opened in August 1st, 1907. Over 500,000 people came through Delaware Water Gap every year. It was the second most popular inland destination next to Saratoga Springs, New York. This was the original front desk from when it was an inn back in 1911. There was all kinds of activities between the resorts. Different orchestras would come up. This is the original dining room. The outer wood is yellow pine, which apparently is the creme de la creme of wood flooring. Middle floor is maple. In the 40s and 50s, the Poconos were a draw for many famous people like Walt Disney, Jackie Gleason, Bob Hope, Ed Sullivan. Fred Astaire even stayed in town. The great vistas here in the Gap, the Delaware River, fishing and boating. It was a lot like the movie Dirty Dancing. They didn't just come for the weekend, they came for the entire summer. Fred Waring, known for his big band, Pennsylvanians, which recorded over 100 albums. He bought this place in 1952 and ran his music empire out of here. This is affectionately called our Red Room because Fred Waring, his favorite color was red. We have some of the sheet music that was printed right here at the castle. He also ran Shawnee Press, which was at one point the world's largest educational music printing company, printed sheet music for high school, college, and church choirs. He also owned the rights to the Waring blender, which is still on the market today. All of the orders for the Waring blender came through the Castle Inn. Dr. Jonas Salk used a Waring blender to invent the polio vaccine. By 1954, he sold his 1 millionth blender. It's still on the market today, owned by the Conair Corporation.
I saw how historic it was, and I had never seen anything like it. I thought it was very important to preserve, and nobody was doing anything about it, and it would have been destroyed.
Frank and Teresa, they saved it from being lost to the tides of time. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have this beautiful property to have all the activities that we do here. They had 5 guys spend 5 weeks scraping back to the original walls, and we're told if you painted over that, you'll never get that look again. But this is affectionately called our rock room. Instead of moving it, they just built around it. Fred Waring didn't care about the historical nature of the building, so he just laid linoleum tile over all that hand-laid tile.
My vision was a very practical one, that it wouldn't stay unless it made money.
It's a multi-purpose commercial property. We have a Victorian ice cream parlor. This was the apothecary, and it was the soda fountain. Teresa, the current owner, is quite a collector of items. The tables are from the Tavern on the Green in New York City. The wire-bent chairs are collected from long-shuttered Victorian-era ice cream parlors. The mirror is from the Plaza Hotel in New York City. We left this last beam unpainted so you can see what the American chestnut looked like. The back bar, while not original to this apothecary, we know it's from an apothecary because of the red crosses in the stained glass window. It took Teresa 5 months of scraping to get back to this gorgeous floor. So this was Frank and Teresa's first project, to turn it back into a Victorian-era ice cream parlor, which they have, and there's always Fred Waring music playing in the background. We have different shops, art gallery, toy store, an event venue where we can do weddings and sweet 16s, and then we have 2 floors of rented office space. Also on property is the stage for the celebration of the Arts Jazz Festival held every September.
It's cool to see the history of the place.
We see lots of hikers. The Appalachian Trail makes a turn here, 2,200 miles long. The Castle Inn is the last privately owned property in the state of Pennsylvania on the Appalachian Trail.
We can only carry so much food. I love ice cream. Why not stop by when you're hiking all these miles every day?
I think just getting to see America, because I'm from the South, so getting to see more of the northern part of the country is cool.
We have bus tours that come from New York and Philly for this tour. The historic trolley tour comes out of the Castle Inn as well. Our tours are every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's really a fascinating and fun tour. Also on the wall there, we have 8 of the 100 albums that Fred Waring had recorded. The Poconos is great. There is so many things to do here. There is the hiking, there is the boating, there is the history, there's just so many things to do here.
What brought us here is the same thing that brought lots of people here through the last 100 years. It was a way to get away from big cities and get some fresh air.
I think it's worth the effort. It gets better every year.
Always trying to support small local businesses.
We look forward to seeing you for an eye exam at Stroudsburg Eye Specialist real soon. We are located right behind Friendly's in Tannersville. Thanks for watching Eye on the Poconos. I will see you next month.